Casually Christian doing a new update. I know we've been gone for a while. Everything's okay. We've just been really busy. My friend Manny and me, we both got jobs almost like at the same time, and we're adjusting our new work schedule. Everything's just been really crazy because of the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, just everything. It was just so busy to get us going again. But with a new year comes new opportunities and a new show. And I just wanted to come on tonight to do like the first update of the new year. And I hope you guys are doing great. I hope your holidays, you spent it with your loved ones. I know like this New Year's it was just pouring rain, and I'm in a certain demographic now, age wise, that where if it's raining that hard, you don't go out for shit. Not even for like New Year's or anything. It's like that's it. I'm just gonna buy a couple beers and just party by myself. Hey Ariana, I hope you had a happy Christmas, happy New Year. But yeah, like I got this shirt from for Christmas. I got this Bobby Hill shirt. It has all these pop culture references. You see Dr. Manhattan, Beetlejuice, Duff. Yeah, it's and I got this new hat, and yeah, it's I had a really great time in Texas. For those who haven't been watching my story uh, here on Casually Christian, uh, for Christmas I went to Texas to spend time with my brother and his family, and it was the first time my mom traveled to Texas to see my brother, and it was my first time traveling to Texas during the winter. And my brother said, "Bring some warm set of clothes," which I totally did. I brought my winter coat. It's pretty heavy. However, when I stepped out of the Austin airport, it felt like my hands were inside a freezer box. You know what I mean? They just felt so numb that I felt like pins and needles. It was just like, it was intense. I never felt like a cold that intense before. And I remember, I was remembering when I went to Big Bear when I was a kid. And I don't think it was that cold, like up in Big Bear. It was a different. It was really frigid for the first 3 days we were over there. And the crappy thing is like when I went to Texas, I caught the stomach bug, so my stomach was all like in knots. I was, at first I was thinking that maybe my stomach was in knots because of anxiety. But I was talking to my friend Lourdes, and she caught a stomach bug the same day I did, and she was worried about going to the doctor because it was getting pretty bad, and it was getting pretty bad for me too. And I think it was just a bug that we caught. And but I was like the about like Sunday, I felt better stomach wise. The food was great over there. I feel like I came back the size of Texas because we were just eating, we were just gorging and drinking, filling us up with the holiday spirit. And but I had a great time. It was it was very quiet. Like Texas, where my brother lives, and Southern California is like night and day. Like over there is just like it's the country. It's literally the country. It's like so quiet. You don't hear the ghetto bird. You don't hear bird like you don't hear like the sirens or anything like that. There's no like an autore, like the elote man going down the streets. It's just very quiet, very like time moves very slowly in that neighborhood. And it's a again like it's open country. There's like a lot of space, and there's a bunch of cows and all that. And I don't know, like I I discovered that I'm not a person who enjoys like the cold weather like that, where it snows like for like 3 4 months out of the year. Like nah, I love I love the heat. I love the Southern California weather. That's totally me. There's no way I don't picture myself living somewhere where it's like fucking that cold for like weeks on end. I wouldn't be able to do it. But yeah, everything's been doing pretty good. I don't know if you guys have this New Year's resolutions for you guys. I don't know if you guys are trying to live better, eat better, be better people, because you're only competing against yourself. You should only be, um, you should be a better person than you were yesterday. And I have my plans. I have plans of getting eating better. I've been making my lunches for work because since Thanksgiving, I just been eating tummy stuffers, which is literally just around the corner from where I work. And I just walk over there, and their sandwiches are delicious, and they have 101 forms of sandwiches, but I always get the turkey and avocado and bacon. And no resolutions, not resolutions, goals. That's really good, Deborah. Yeah, like I was thinking about that too. like you shouldn't have resolutions. You should have goals, because the resolutions are easy to they're easy to let go. By like what the third week you're just over it if it's a resolution. But if your goal is to just walk more, just eat better, exercise maybe twice a week. I think that'll help you out. Well, my other goals for this year is to be more creative. I want to make more content for you guys. My goal is to at least make one music video this year and maybe another short film. I want to write more. But the crappy thing is that like I mean, it's kind of like how would it be a catch 22? I don't know, but like I work 40 hours a week. I wake up at 6 in the morning, come back like at 5, and I still have to make dinner. And by the time like everything's all said and done, it's like 7 o'clock when I'm unwinding, and I really don't want to do shit. And it's really hard to, motivate yourself to, to write or to read a book or to do anything. You're just like not motivated. You just want to be a potato and just watch TV. And I just want to change that habit, but it's really hard. It's really hard changing your habit. But I heard if you want to change your habit, it takes at least 6 weeks to form a new and better habit. But those are my goals this year. Let's see what Joe says. How about making a resolution to hang out with a good old Joe more? Yeah, that sounds a pretty good resolution. Yeah, Joe. He like I had a Christmas party, and he came down for my Christmas party, and I don't think we've seen each other since I think maybe like 2009. I think that was the last time we hung out, Joe. Except for when you came down my Christmas party for a few hours. That was a fun night. But yeah, I guess hang out with more people that haven't hung out in the past years. And yeah, like last year was last year like in my reflecting about 2022. It was very odd because like I got COVID. I had my first panic attack. Um, it was a lot of like a lot of health stuff that happened last year that made me realize I need to take care of more, not only my physical health but my mental health. And this year I want to take care of my mental health, not stress out too much. Which is, I mean, I'm trying not to. It's really hard to wire yourself, especially somebody who is always thinking about tomorrow, the future. I need to live in the present, and that's really a frame of mind. Um, see, glad to reconnect and glad you're going live again. No, thank you, Joe. But yeah, another thing that I realized last year is that it was my first year without my dad, and I know it's a bummer. It is a bummer. And I was having a conversation with my mom because I spent the New Year's with my mom. It was just me and her, and John and Alex, they were with her family, and because I didn't want to. My brother Diego went out with this lady friend. I didn't want to leave my mom alone, and I hung out with her. And my mom said that every year that passes is going to be a year where we don't have your father, and it was really hard for her to not have my dad with her for 2022. And now we're going to 2023. It's going to be the second year we're not going to have dad with us. And and I was thinking about the same thing too. Like every year is going to be like another year. It's going to be farther away since I seen him. It sucks. It hurts. And yeah, just again, like it's all it's still, you can't stop grieving somebody that you love. You just go day by day. All right, well, just bring it up a little bit more. um, well, I've been other than that, man. I just been watching a lot of TV. You know what? When I caught COVID, there's something that was. Oh, I caught COVID during my birthday weekend, and that I was supposed to have this get together, but it never happened because I was fucking sick. But a cool thing that I got out of COVID is that I started watching The Sopranos. Yeah, The Sopranos from HBO that came out like 17 years ago. My brother Omar, he watched it and told me I need to check it out. I like gangster stuff like the Goodfellas, the Bronx Tale, Casino, and I said I've been wanting to watch it forever. And it's like it was a perfect time because I couldn't do anything. I was just stuck in my room, so I said, all right, I'm finally gonna check out what this show is all about. So the first episode, it was dude. If you love fucking gangster movies, gangster shit, this is a great show. And especially like with the main character Tony Soprano, he deals with panic attacks. he talks to his therapist, and he works out his issues. And all these characters, even Tony Soprano, they're all pieces of shit. They're like the anti-heroes, but you're rooting for Tony Soprano. I'm like, he cheats on his wife. He's a murderer. He just fraud. He's like he's a criminal, but you still want him to. You still don't want the FBI to catch him. And it's a really good show. I binge watched it so much that I'm on season 6, which is the last season of The Sopranos. And John originally didn't want to watch The Sopranos until I sucked him in. I He's all like, he's all invested in the characters now, and he's like, you want to watch an episode of The Sopranos? And I'm like, hell yeah! And we'll be like this past weekend, I think we watched four episodes of The Sopranos, and it was fucking great. Oh, happy New Year's, brother! Thanks, Juan. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, man. I'm really glad that you started working again in the movie industry. I'm glad that you're back, that you're healthy again. Thanks. But yeah, like if you guys like The Sopranos, I mean like gangster stuff, The Sopranos is a really good, cool show. It's definitely binge worthy. And what's really cool about this show is that it's pre 9/11 and post 9/11. So after 9/11 happened, they talk about terrorism. They talk about like what the country was going through in that time, which is 20 years ago. And it's so trippy to watch, especially like the main characters, like in the latest episodes, they're talking on the Razor phones. And I had a Razor phone back in 2006, and I remember having those, and it's really cool. It's like a time capsule, and but still the show is timeless. You could watch it in any era, any year, any decade, and the characters will still hold up. Like the themes of it, it's great. What a great show! I think that was like probably like one of the original anti-heroes before Walter White, of Breaking Bad. But yeah, man, it's a good show. Great show. What other shows that I've been watching? And not as interesting as The Sopranos. Just a lot of sitcoms, just Family Guy, because we don't watch Family Guy, so we have like seasons upon seasons of Family Guys to watch. So we just pop one up, we pop one on, and they're all new to us because we don't really watch it. So yeah, I've been also been watching movies. I mean, I saw this one movie called White Noise, starring Adam Driver. I saw it this weekend, and it looked really interesting. It was about like a family that leaves their hometown because there's a toxic cloud that escapes this wreckage, and I thought it was gonna be like more something like I wouldn't say 28 days later, but like apocalyptic, it made it seem that way. There was like maybe 20 or 30 minutes of them like running and like going to different camps, and people like getting into car crashes. That was really interesting, and then like it just really petered out in the end. Like it was great visuals, like the cinematography was really good in that movie, but I'm not watching the movie for pretty pictures. I'm watching it for entertainment, and I wasn't really entertained. I don't know. I didn't like it. See, tomorrow back to work. Love the gangster shows. Good is the movie Felon. I need to check out that movie Felon. I like I I like those shows for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because like they're they live a total different life than I do. I find it so interesting. Oh, after The Sopranos, they made a prequel to that show called The Kings of Newark, and it's how Tony Soprano became Tony Soprano. And this is an interesting fact that the character who plays Tony Soprano is James Gandolfini's son. So James Gandolfini is playing his father's role in The Kings of Newark. So once I'm done with the series, I'm gonna watch The Kings of Newark, and that The Kings of Newark came out I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago. So it's been out for a while. Oh yeah, and since I'm talking about HBO Max, HBO Max is no longer going to be called HBO Max. It's just going to be called Max, because the owner, the CEO of Discovery, purchased Warner Brothers, so they merged the companies. So they were, that's why they canceled Batgirl. They purged a lot of content from HBO Max, is because the head honcho, he's restructuring the whole network. So they're no longer going to be called HBO Max. They're going to be called just Max. And I don't know. It seems like this guy, I can't, the guy who runs what's it called, Discovery, seems like he's deliberately destroying the WB, because it just seems like every move that he's doing just seems really, really stupid. Oh, since I'm talking about the WB, I saw this preview and I thought it was fake, but this is real. Like they're remaking the 1973 classic, The Exorcist. He's the director of the Halloween remake, and what other movie did he direct? But anyways, that movie's going to come out this year in Halloween, and it's a remake of The Exorcist. And I was watching the previews, like, no, they fucking didn't. They didn't. It's like, well, is nothing fucking sacred? I'm like, do they have to remake this movie? You know, it's so stupid. Like, I think the movie holds up on on itself. It's you don't have to touch it. It's like the Kubrick's Shining. I know like Stephen King made like a Shining miniseries, which is more faithful to the book. Um, but that was a miniseries. Thankfully, nobody remade The Shining into a feature film, like theatrically, which I don't know. I think it wouldn't fly with me. No originally creativity. Now, no, there isn't. Like, I like when I saw that preview, I thought it was like one of these fan made previews. Until I googled it, and I looked at it. It was like, oh shit, they're remaking The Exorcist. And I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna check it out, but so far I'm on the fence about it. However, um, and I think they should have done a movie called Legion, which is the sequel to The Exorcist. Like The Exorcist, that's The Exorcist Part Two after the 1971 version is not really. It's not That's the studio's concept. That wasn't written by the author, William Peter Blatty. He actually wrote The Exorcist 3 is actually the sequel to The Exorcist. So I was thinking, if I were to revamp this whole series, I would start with Legion, because in the book Legion, it's about this detective who starts. There's this serial killer that's killing people that they're tied to the church, but the serial killer is called the Gemini Killer, and the detective killed the Gemini Killer years ago, and he has the same not motives, but like the same way of style of killing his victims, that he only knows how he did it. So he's tripping out. It's like, who else would know the way they did it? And it turns out that the Gemini Killer is one of the many damned souls to be in the to be inside the priest that that saved Reagan from that night from The Exorcist. So it's kind of like it's a mystery detective. It's really cool. They made it into The Exorcist 3. That's what it is. But I would have just started over that series with Legion and have like flashbacks of The Exorcist. I think that would have been great. But that's just me, and I don't run a studio yet. So let's see. It's all about the OG. Yeah. Let's see what other stuff that I've been watching. Just I saw this documentary about Brian De Palma. Oh, and I also saw. How could I forget? I saw the Pinocchio movie, the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie, which is brilliant. I love that movie. Like, it's a Pinocchio for grown-ups. If you guys haven't watched it and you guys are familiar with the Disney Pinocchio, just throw that Disney stuff out the window, because this is completely different. This is like, if you know Guillermo del Toro style, it's like it takes place during World War II. There's Nazis in it, and that's all I'm gonna say. And it's sad and it's trippy, and it's and like I read the not the novel, but I read the book, Pinocchio. Um, and the character Pinocchio in the book, he's very like rambunctious. Like he's what's it called? He's a little shit. He doesn't listen to his dad at all. He skips school. He kicks his dad. He sells his dad's stuff. He's not a good child. This is like a cautionary tale of being nice to your parents. And the interpretation in this Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, is almost close to the book. He's very loud. Like Pinocchio is very loud. He's like he says he loves things, but he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't get it, because he's a puppy. He's never been alive before. And yeah, it's a very good movie. I think I think it's gonna win like best animated movie in the Oscars if it does get nominated for an Academy Award. I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna get it because it's really good. It's a really good story. See, same signature is the way to tell people that it's their work. Yeah, it's almost like Tim Burton. Oh, it's getting a little long on the tooth, but before I go, here's another. Because I know Wednesday is such a popular show right now on Netflix that Amazon purchased MGM, which owns the rights to the Adams Family. So they're taking Wednesday out of Netflix and they're going to put it in their on their platform on Amazon Plus or whatever they're called. So it seems like Wednesday is not going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on Amazon for the new seasons. So I hope they don't mess it up because it's a new, executives over there. And executives love to fuck shit up. So that's what's going on right now with Wednesday, which just sucks. It's like it was a really good show. I liked it. Did you guys watch Wednesday? Which another thing I liked about that show is that it was like a Latino cast. Like the Adams Family, they were Latino, and it was fun. It was really cool. I enjoyed it so much. But you know what, guys? I hope to come back next week for a new update for you guys. New stories, a new season of Casually Christian. We're gonna do new interviews. I'll let you guys know when we do the next one. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to see you guys commenting. Thanks for everybody who commented and watched me right now. I really appreciate it. I miss you too, Karen. I miss your baby. I need to see your baby again. I need to see little Tommy. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys stay safe. It's gonna pour like crazy tomorrow, but the weekend seems like it's gonna be nice and sunny. But all right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you guys later and stay safe. Bye, guys.